Hey guys, it's Hannah and this is Bookworms Talk, and today I'm going to tell you what my monthly movies are. Weird intro. Tell you about the movies that I watched last month. Monthly movie reviews. That's how it goes. I'm bringing these back because it was requested and I missed filming them also. So yay, I'm excited. Okay, so I am taking I'm taking 3 film courses this semester. So I am watching quite a lot of movies, for 2 of them specifically, and those will definitely be included here, but I'm also watching movies and TV shows on my own time when I can. When I'm getting ready in the morning is usually when I get a lot of my watching done, because YouTube's been slacking. It has. So I've just been going to Netflix instead. So first I'm going to talk about my TV shows because those are the ones that I'm most excited about. I have a little list so I don't forget things, but I probably forgot things still. I watched Westworld. Alright, I really loved that show. I wasn't overhyped for it personally. Like, I heard a lot of people liking it, but I didn't really think far into it, and I wasn't like, oh my god, no, you have to watch it, you have to watch it. So I kind of went into it not really knowing what it was about, and it was so fascinating. I loved that show. It's an HBO show. I binged it in like a 2 or 3 day period. Oh man, it was so good. It's like this computer world, kind of like The Sims, like there's a word for it. I can't think of it. Simulation, probably, is the word I'm thinking of. But there are like these robots and stuff that they put in this world, and people pay money to go in and like experience it all. And it's so freaking fascinating. I highly recommend the show. I've been thinking about it. Go into it. The first half was definitely my favorite because I think I started guessing things pretty easily. There were a few twists that I didn't get, but a lot of them I did get. But apparently it's based on an old movie. Which I haven't seen, but I'm actually curious to see. Next show I'm going to talk about is The Crown. I watched this not really thinking I would like it. I think that was one of the mornings that I was bored, and while I was getting ready I wanted to have something on, and YouTube was failing on me, so I started The Crown. And then I binged it while I was dog sitting. That's how it happened. But it's about Elizabeth the First, I'm pretty sure. Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth. Like, she's the little old lady who like always has like this straight face, and it's always like this big deal to catch her smiling. But it's about her and her life. It was really emotionally provocative, and I felt for characters. Like, I felt for characters. What's this? It was really entertaining actually though. Next show I'm going to talk about is Hunted. Now this is one that is going on live. It's not on Netflix or anything. The Crown was on Netflix. But my dad made me start watching it. It's about these different groups of people in groups of 2s that get activated, and when they're activated, they know about this all beforehand. I suck at explaining things, I'm so sorry. It's where they get to like run from the law as if they were like fugitives on the run. And they have all these people that used to work for the FBI or used to work for the NSA and are like retired or like changed professions or something. And so they gather all of them for the TV show, and they film them trying to figure out how to find these different groups of people. And then there's also like a camera guy that follows around these different groups of people. And it's all like their different ideas of how to escape, and like, well, I'll use my contacts, but then they always hack into your Facebook, they hack into your emails, your phone. Even if you get a burner phones aren't that safe. And anyway, it's just a really fun show to watch, and it's very like, I don't want to say like it's interactive, but it's great to watch with someone else, because then you're like, oh, they're gonna do this, or I would do this. It's just really fun to watch. I'm enjoying it a lot. Now I'm gonna jump into movies. I'm gonna list off a couple that I watched for class. I don't know why I forgot the word class. I watched Metropolis. I'm pretty sure that's a Fritz Lang film. It's a silent film also. It was really weird. I had to write an evaluation on it when I was done, and for emotional response I put uncertain and uncomfortable, but not a bad way. It's about this futuristic society, and it's a lot about class echelon, the workers being treated unfairly, and the top men not really giving a flying fuck, and then the son of the top man seeing how the workers are living and trying to change it. It's that kind of movie. There are a lot of movies that were based off of it, including the Blade movies and the Blade Runner. I forget if it's both or just one. I also watched Sherlock Jr., which is a short film. It's about 45 minutes long. It has Buster Keaton in it, and it was so funny. I really enjoyed it. He's a really endearing actor, and also very funny at the same time. It's hard to find both. I also decided to watch Jane Eyre once again. I've talked about it many times. I love it. I actually think I have a movie review on it from a few years back. I watched Hidden Figures, specifically about these 3 black women that worked at NASA way back in the day, and they were incredibly intelligent in mathematics, but because of their gender and because of their race, they were really not treated as they should be treated, and weren't seen as intellectually as smart as anyone else, or smarter than anyone else, because of those 2 things. And it's like how they worked around those disadvantages, I want to say, but not in like it's a disadvantage to be a woman or disadvantage to be black or Latino or whatever it is. It's just like in the times that was a disadvantage, and it was really shitty. And you get to see a lot of sexism in the movie, a lot of racism in the movie, and it just kind of makes your blood boil, and like it gives you chills and different things, and it was really empowering to watch, and I want to watch it again. It was amazing. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. I also saw Split. It was the M. Night Shyamalan movie without a twist, and that's all I'm gonna say. I feel like everyone's already seen it, but I also don't want to spoil anyone. From the commercials alone, someone's captured and they're being held hostage by someone who has DID, previously known as multiple personality disorder, but this one's dissociative identity disorder. I'm pretty sure they changed that a couple years back, so it's DID. Really interesting. If James McAvoy had not been the leading role, it wouldn't have been good. Like, he really is what souls the movie. He was a fantastic actor, and I never really appreciated him as an actor before. I fucking lipstick in my hair. All right, next movie I'm going to just briefly run over because I did not like it. It was The Cabinet of Dr. Clargy. It's German. Subtitles. It was really visually amazing, and it's free on YouTube. You can go look at it. If you're a fan of German Expressionism art, I highly recommend watching it just for it being so visually beautiful. It's so, just the sets, German Expressionism, that's all I can say. Like, if you know what that is, you know exactly what I mean. It was such a cool film to watch. Plot-wise, didn't really like it, but it was still visually very, very cool. Another one I'm going to very, very, very quickly mention, I watched Elvis and Annabelle again with my friend Megan. I love that movie. I've talked about it so much, so I'm not going to talk about it again. And now I'm going to talk about one part of a movie. It's from 9 Lives. It's these 9 short films within this one film. And I watched the one that was called Diana, and it has, Jason, what's his last name? He was in the OA. And it has Robin Wright Penn in it. And it's, oh my god, it was so fascinating and good. We watched it for class to have exposure to what a short film was. And it's about these two that run into each other at a grocery store, and they used to be lovers. They get to talking, and it's weird and it's awkward, and they do like the small talk thing, and then they even say, let's not do this, and then there's like a walk away thing, and then there's like, I just want to, talk to you. I haven't talked to you in so long. Oh, you've been back. I haven't changed my number. There's so much history there, and that's what I love. I love it when we're, as an audience, being very teased with the history, and we're kind of drawing to our own conclusions these certain things. And it's very, I don't know, it doesn't have much of an ending. There's not a lot that's actually given to us. There's so much that we are led to assume. And from a writing standpoint, I loved it. And oh my god, there were some camera shots that were just like all one shot of going down the aisle, and it was like how many times they had to do that blows my mind. But I really liked that one part of the movie. And I bought it, and I'm gonna watch more. But that is everything. I will see you guys later. I am about to leave right now to go to a show with my friends. So yeah, I will talk to you guys then, which is later. Okay, bye.